So welcome everyone to our doTERRA Stripped Back live class. And this really is an opportunity for anyone who's on live to ask any questions that you want in regards to the reality of running a doTERRA business. So I think this is pretty important because I speak to multiple people a day. I don't know, every day it changes, but I speak to at least one person every single day about building a doTERRA business. And I can tell you the myths that I get that people tell me, and it's just not true. So I'm here to A, tell you the facts, B, to get really real about what it truly does cost, what it takes, the time it takes, the real income potential, which is actually quite exciting for those that want to show up in their business, and also talk a little bit about why doTERRA. So that's my goals for today. I'm open for it to be really free flow. So as I said, I'm not scared of questions. Go for it. It's really your time to get the most out of it that you can. So I'm just going to share my screen with you and just launch this. Alrighty, as I said, we're going to get into the bare truth, if you like, and strip it right back today, because that's for me what it's all about. That's what my team's about, is about keeping it real, because I think that's important. As long as we are transparent and upfront about everything we do in life, you know, we're all going to be successful. So this is really what this is about today. So some of you know who I am and some of you don't. So quick introduction, my name's Rebecca Jackson and I'm actually the founder of Aura Leaders. So Aura Leaders is a global collaboration of doTERRA wellness advocates. And I saw that there was an opportunity for us to come together in a collaborative space to support our teams, because I felt like that was missing in this space, that there seemed to be a lot of people who were selling or representing doTERRA, but there didn't seem to be a duty of care, which I think is really, really important in this space. Is like, these are plant medicines. They can absolutely impact your life. And there comes a level of responsibility with that, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And that's how I like to work within my team. The other thing is that I saw that a lot of people were getting started and they didn't actually know how to grow a business. So they got frustrated really, really quickly because they weren't being successful. So what Aura Leaders is about supporting people on their own journey. So doing doTERRA your own way, not necessarily just doing it traditionally, the network marketing style of hosting events or parties at your home, but actually tapping into that thing inside you that excites you. That thing that you know that you were born here to do, and to share that with the world. And that's what I'm all about. So my whole soul's purpose is to help as many people as I can to follow their bliss, to really live that life that they truly, truly, truly love, by sharing their gifts in the grandest way they can, and by making money doing so. Because we live in a real world where money is what we use in order to provide us with shelter, with food, with sustenance. So I think that's really important. And doTERRA is purely a way for us to create that. That's what I see it as. It's an opportunity to be abundant and do what we're meant to do in this world. So here today we're going to go through the top FAQs that I get when it comes to speaking to people about this business. So number one, why doTERRA? Then of course everyone wants to know, can I really make money in this, or is it a scam? Like, what's this really about? How much time does it take? How do I get paid? What's the total cost to get started? And then what happens once I'm enrolled? So those are the things that I'm going to cover up today. How does that sound? Is everyone good with that? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yay. All right. So let's start with why doTERRA. So the number one thing for me, actually, and for most of our team, is the product quality. So there is no doubt ever that doTERRA are not leading the way when it comes to product quality in the essential oil space. They are totally committed to creating the highest quality products available in this market. Now, here's one of the things that I hear often is that it's been said that we are certified organic. That's not correct, actually. doTERRA essential oils are not 100% certified organic, and neither is any single product available in the world. I'll say that again, neither is anyone else. So the reason for that is that each single city, country, place where these oils are sourced have different processes. Some of them don't even have certification for organic products. So that's why we cannot guarantee that every single product is certified 100% organic because of that. So what doTERRA has chosen to do is go beyond that. And that's why they created the Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. So CPTG, you'll hear us talk about it all the time. So this is actually verified by third-party testing labs. So doTERRA do not do the certification of that or the verification. It's done outside, which is really, really important. And it's done across the whole distribution channel. So it's not just tested once. There's actually 7 ways that they test it, and they use pretty technical scientific equipment enabled to do that analysis. Now, if this really interests you and it floats your boat, I highly encourage you to get onto doTERRA.com and have a look at their science blog, and they share with you step by step this testing process and the quality control, and it is epic. And that is why we can take these oils internally. That's the reason why, is because of this process. So that's number one. Here's a great little thing actually that just backs it up from convention that Dr. Hill shared with us. So I'm just going to read it for you. He said, "We're not like other companies. We never at any one moment in time said, let's start a company and be like everyone else. By design, we are different. We're profoundly different. So let me say with every fiber of my being and very emphatically, doTERRA without question is not just a world leader in essential oils. We're the world leader in defining what quality is and what purity is. And in that, we will never, never deviate." And I think that's just so beautiful and so important, because that was what makes doTERRA different, is they're totally committed to quality products and ensuring that we have quality products at all times. So number 2 thing that I am and our team is really passionate about is co-impact sourcing. So what that means is that doTERRA sources its products from over 40 countries, and most of them are actually considered developing countries. So in the past, there's been quite a lot of ethical or unethical practices that happens in these spaces. So doTERRA has actually put together an initiative which protects the farmer. And it does that by bringing together the growers and the harvesters, and they actually have contracts in place, so they're protecting each other, and it gives them collective benefits. And I think that's just so important, and it's really important to me that, number one, also that our products are sourced from their indigenous source, and also that we're looking after those people that maybe don't have the skill sets, who don't have the power that these big corporates do when they go into these countries. And doTERRA is amazing in what it is doing, from protecting the farmer through to the work that it's doing at a very community-based level, and we'll talk about that a little bit there, but they are truly changing lives. And to me, it's important for me to be associated with a company that actually has good values and ethics. So here's just where some of those oils are sourced from all around the world. So you can see there's an amazing array there. And so for us here in Australia, we do melaleuca or tea tree and eucalyptus. In New Zealand, they do Douglas fir. It's all around the world you can access these beautiful products. So the number three reason why I personally and most of my team are really passionate about working with doTERRA is it's driven by charity. So this is extraordinary. Most of us actually want to give back. Most of us love the idea of being able to help others, and doTERRA does this. So for every diamond, for example, that I have in my team, I know that I'm rescuing girls from sex slavery. That just touches my heart and is amazing. So there, sorry, I just muted a few people because there was a bit of backlash, back sound. So this to me is really important. The Days for Girls is another one that I'm passionate about. So I've just picked some projects here that are close to my heart is probably the way I would say that there, but there's many projects that they're involved in. So Days for Girls is a project that provides education, but also female hygiene solutions. And the picture that we've got back there is actually these beautiful little girls in Kenya holding up their little packs, their feminine hygiene solutions. So we're literally this year going to be changing 1 million girls' lives by providing hygiene packs this year alone. And that is just incredible, the work that's been done there. Look, there's hospitals are being built, schools are being built, clean water projects are being done. If you're really interested in this stuff, head to Healing Hands and you'll see a whole lot of information there around the work that's been done at a community level. And that to me is really inspiring and is part of the reason why I love being associated with doTERRA in particular. Oh, we're going backwards instead of forwards. That's weird. Okay. So the other reason is business opportunity, right? Because that's why we're here on this call. It's all about really what is the business opportunity? Is it real? Can we make some money? So look, I actually believe this is one of the true business opportunities available right now for every single person who has drive, time, and initiative. So it's very low cost to join this business. There's not very many businesses where you can literally get started for $35, and that's what it costs in this business. So the risk is very, very low for you to explore and to see if this is right for you. We have set up a blueprint for success. So I have a team now of over 1,000 people, and I know what works. And I'm really passionate about helping you to do what I know what works. So that's what we've already got in place. That's what Aura Leaders is about. You literally just need to say yes and jump in. So the next one is this is a growing industry. You know, I come from a corporate background. I've built traditional businesses before. There is no point flogging the dead horse, as they say. This market is real, it's growing, it's amazing. And we don't have to just do it traditionally. We actually also have huge success through online marketing and our online reach. The next one is we can actually get real rewards, tangible money in the bank very, very quickly. And it enables us to stop trading hours for dollars, which most people are doing. You know, I have a lot of people in my team who are coaches, wellness practitioners, service-orientated personal trainers, people, and they don't turn up for work, they don't get paid. One of the great things about doTERRA is it actually can create a residual income for you. And even if you don't get out of bed, you are still getting paid. So that's pretty epic. And the last point there is also really important for people who are in a position where you can't dedicate a lot of time right now, or in fact, you're actually got another full-time job and you want to get out of that, or you're in another job and you want to transition out of that and can't afford to just stop doing what you're doing right now because you financially need that income. You are able to progressively commit more time as required. So we'll talk about that a little bit more, but as it goes through the ranks and as hopefully you grow your business, therefore you're growing your team and you're growing your income, obviously your time will start to, your demands on your time will start to increase, but then you have choices and we all want choices. So at that point you can make a choice about what you do. You might choose to reduce your hours in your full-time job. You might choose to leave that part-time job. Obviously that's up to you. So let's talk about this need. So there is a massive need right now in the market, and it's just amazing how many people I know reach out to me every single day because they want to get their hands on essential oils. So based on research, doTERRA is saying that 73% of the general population are looking to natural products to improve their health. 51% have used essential oils, and of the general population, only 13% are familiar with doTERRA essential oils. So what that means for us is there is A growing market, B, there's still huge potential. It hasn't tapped out. And that's what excites me about this, is with only 13% being familiar with doTERRA essential oils, means that there is a huge amount of people in the world that still are there to experience the benefits. So let's have a look at this growth. So I'm all about, where is it at? So this company is a very new company, but it's already exceeding $1 billion in sales. So it has grown incredibly fast. It is a global business. I have a global team, and that's one of the things I personally love about what I do, is that it's global in nature. But for you guys and for me, one of the most exciting things is the retention rate of this business. So it is industry leading at 65%. So let's talk about that for a minute. Retention equals money. It equals income. So what that means is 65% of all those that join doTERRA continue to order at least every 3 months, compared to an industry average of 8%. So that's pretty awesome. So that means if I sign someone up today, the probability of them ordering in the next 3 months is pretty much 100%. And that's without me necessarily even having to do a lot to support that person. So that is huge. So you get paid on sales every single month. This retention rate also is very attractive for new wellness advocates and for people who do want to start the business. So that's why, we're having such a huge growth, is because people want to take advantage of that. And of course, the other thing is it just shows that our products are, number one, amazing in what they do, and that there is a huge demand for them internationally. And that's not changing. It's definitely not slowing down. I see that in my own team. It's very rare that I wouldn't have somebody that's buying at least every 3 months. So what does this look like in terms of overall dollars? So this is based on the latest data that's out from doTERRA. So this is in US dollars, and this is based on, also the information here is based on doTERRA's global research there. So to get to silver, you're looking at about 62% of leaders are at silver, and you're earning on average $26,000 a year. So I'm going to share with you in a minute an example from one of my leaders who got to silver in 4 months. He has a full-time job, full-time family, and is doing this part-time, and is now making consistently $4,000 a month based on that, and he's sitting at silver. So it just goes up through the ranks, and you can see those numbers there, which seem pretty big, but look, they are real. I'm seeing it in my team. As what's possible. The person I enrolled under, Hayley, she's at Prezi Diamond and beyond, and she did that in 4 years. So it's pretty amazing, like revenue opportunity. So how and when do you actually get paid? Getting down to the nitty-gritty, right? So there are 4 ways that we get paid. So the first way is retail sales. So any time that you sell a product to a customer from a retail perspective, you get 25% commission. So that doesn't mean that you physically need to see them to sell that bottle of oil. You can also share with them your link to your sales website page that doTERRA provides at no cost. It all comes with your membership. So they literally just click on your link, they process their order, doTERRA ships to them, and you get 25% commission on that. And that happens whenever they order. So for the next 10 years, if they decide to buy retail, you make 25%. The next way you get paid is what is called fast start commission. So that is 20% on that commission for anything that person buys in the first 60 days in the business. Now, where this gets exciting, and this is where I personally make most of my money is on fast start, is though when you enroll somebody, you get 20%. Now, if that person enrolls somebody, so in the little picture, it's enrollment number 2, they will get 20%, you get 10%. Now, if that person then enrolls somebody, they get 20%, the next person gets 10%, and you get 5%. And that's forever, for the lifetime that you are in the doTERRA business. So literally, you might enroll somebody today, and 3 years later, they decide to bring somebody into the business, you're going to make 10% of whatever that person has brought. So it's pretty epic. It's an amazing way to actually earn income in this business. So the next one is power of 3. So this is about, I call this a bonus versus a commission, because it's all about building your team. So when you have 3 people in your team that have what we call as an LRP order, so a loyalty rewards points order of 100 or over in a month, you will get $50 US dollars per month as a bonus. Now, if those 3 people have 3 people, you will get $250 US dollars as a bonus. And if those 3 people have 3 people, you will get $1,500 US dollars as a bonus every single month. So it's pretty epic, and it happens pretty quick. So I can say that it's not unusual for my team to get the power of 3 in the first month if they are committed and they join doTERRA wanting to build the business. I actually say that should be your first goal, is to get your power of 3 in place. So that means then that you're getting some income in literally in your first month of doing business. So the final way, and to be honest, this is probably the most complex little one here, is uni-level commission. So what happens here is that once after the 60 days, any commission or any sales that is done, that are made, in your organization, you still earn commission on it, but you do it in this uni-level way. So depending on how many levels you have in your organization and where you are ranked, is the level of commission that you will get. So once you hit silver, you'll see there that you can get up to 7% commission on every single thing in your team. Every single, every single sale in your team. And it works up from there. So it is a little bit complex because of the way that it's structured, but if you're on our team, we talk you through all this. But over time, this becomes a really nice commission that just happens in the background, and every month you're paid on your uni level, which is pretty epic. So the next one is once you hit up to Premier, you also get what we call leadership bonus. So once you're at Premier, doTERRA acknowledges that you've been building a team, and you're commissioned, you're bonused based on that. So at Premier right now, you are entitled to what we call as the empowerment bonus. That's sitting at anywhere between $250 to $300 US dollars a month for that bonus. Once you then hit up to silver and beyond, you then also get a profit share. So all of the company's global profit is spread between the advocates who are silver and above. We're really clear about that. So when you hit silver, you get 1 share. When you hit gold, you get 5 shares. When you hit, 1, yes, gold 5. 10 is platinum, and then it goes up from there. So that's pretty big. Those are your bonuses that you get. You get to share in the overall corporate profitability. It's got nothing to do with actually your team commission. So if you've got $50,000 in your team, it's not about that. It's actually about your team structure and the fact that you have created teams and you're supporting those teams and they are hitting the goals and the different ranks. So that's that. I just want to really focus on this for a minute because it can get a bit overwhelming. But when we come back to basics, it's not. So 85% of doTERRA members only want to buy the oils. They just want to buy beautiful products. And they're going to do it on a regular basis. So that means that sales volume keeps coming in to your organization every time they buy. And that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. So who wants to know how much time does it take? Because there's lots of big numbers floating around and it's kind of like, okay, so what's the reality, right? So I'm really big about keeping it real. And for anyone who thinks that they're going to be able to sit beside the pool, have a cocktail and do nothing, get out your laptop and maybe do a few little posts, I'm here to tell you, I'm sorry, it's highly unlikely that you're going to be successful in this business. Although I'm going to be doing that next week, but not because I'm not doing action. So you have to work. You have to work. So look, as I said, I'm going to share with you a real life example of one of my team members. So he is currently sitting at silver. He did it in 4 months. He has approximately 100 wellness advocates and wholesale customers. This is actually, he's giving me this information, so you've got exactly where he's at. The most of his time is spent following up with prospects, customers, and enrollees, so making sure people have got what they need, sharing product information, answering business questions just like these, empowering and coaching sharers and builders, and of course identifying his next lead. He is currently doing that easily in around 10 hours a week. So he has a full-time job, he has a busy family. This is something he's doing at nights and at weekends, and he's been able to build a $4,000 a month business in 4 months. This is real, it's possible, and I can share with you his webinar he's done just on this too. And I love what he said there. He says, as the team grows, there are more people to talk to, and his investment now is in relationships and people. And that is key. That is so key. If you want to make money in this business, it's not actually necessary to have an essential oil background. It's really important that you have a people focus and that you love working with people, because it's all about working with your team and empowering them to take the action that they need in their team and supporting them to be the best that they can be. So that's the reality of it. So we're going to use doTERRA estimates here. So time to rank. So to get to Premier, we like to think it's like some extra spending money. Your oils get paid for every month. There's a little bit of extra cash coming in for you and your family. And that looks like about 3 to 5 hours a week, depending on how you're building and what you're doing. And it's up to about $600 a month. It really does depend on how many people you're enrolling and how you've structured your business. We're doing that here in about 3 months with people who are committed to doing it. So those, let me be clear, it is those that show up and they say, Rebecca, I want to build a business and I want to do it now. And they literally get into those starting blocks and they go through it. Make me really clear about that. Action is required in order to get there in 3 months, but it is possible. So next step up is gold, because by that point you're making, look, at least $5,000 a month. doTERRA says it will take you 1 to 2 years to get to that place. We're doing it on average in about 6 months in my team. So we feel like we've got a really good model. We know what it takes. If you take those steps, you will get there. That is looking like anywhere between 10 to 20 hours a week. It depends. Depends on how efficient you are also. Let me say if you're a big person who gets stuck on Facebook and ends up spending 5 hours on Facebook instead of doing what you need, it'll probably take you 40 hours a week. It's where you're at. Okay, so the next level is to be able to replace your income and multiply it. So this is diamond, and this is what a lot of people who are serious about joining doTERRA to do business, that's their goal. So again, doTERRA says anywhere from 1 to 3 years in order to build to that level. And look, it's definitely 20 plus hours in your week. That's just the way it is. But also you're making full-time income. Like the reality is that I'm easily making $20,000 a month. You're making a couple of $100,000 in a year. If you think you're going to do that part-time, you're a little bit joking. I just think it's just not real. You have to put your work in. If you want to earn 6 figures, you're going to have to work for that. It's just the way it is. But look, we're doing that right now in our team. And the reality is that it's happened in our team between 9 and 12 months. But that's with a lot of effort. That's a lot of hustle going on there. Let me say that. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to all make you diamonds in 9 months, because I just can't promise that. I can promise you that we can give you the resources and the support and the processes in order to get there, but you have to show up. That's the key. It's all dependent on you and what you put in. So let's talk about the costs. So as I said, you actually can get started for as little as $35. So it's $35 in Australia, it's 35 US dollars, it's 20 pounds in Britain, it's 42 Canadian dollars. That gives you a membership. You can actually start with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And people who tell you that you can't, that you have to start with an enrollment kit, are lying to you. This is one of the things I hear all the time. People say that they have been told that they have to start with this big kit. You do not have to do that. You don't have to do that. Saying that, you're going to need oils if you're going to start an essential oils business. So the most cost-effective way for you to get started is with an enrollment kit. And these start at $100 and they go up depending on what country you're in and your own currency. I do recommend that if you can afford it, and if you are serious about building a real doTERRA business, not a hobby, that you do look at the bigger kits, because you do get a much bigger discount for that. So it is worthwhile to consider if you're in that space, but it is absolutely not necessary. The amount of people who tell me they've spoken to a wellness advocate and they've told them they need to start with like an every oil kit or a business leader kit, it's not true. So not true. And I don't want anyone ever to start their business under pressure. Do not put yourself in huge, massive debt to start this business, please. It's just not worth it. It's not necessary. We can get you going and you can start at a lower investment. So ongoing dollar commitments. So once you get started, there is an ongoing commitment. In order for you to earn commission in doTERRA, you must, or in any given month, you must place an order of 100 PV or more in that month. And that equates to anywhere between $120 to $150 for that month. So there is an ongoing cost required. Hopefully, if you're enrolling, which you will be if you want to get commission, your commission will be covering those costs, I have to say. But it's something that you do need to know. The next one is that most people don't talk about marketing costs. It's like, yes, it does cost you to build your business. So if you are looking at whether it's an event at home, please budget that in. If you're having people around to your home and hosting a party, it's going to cost you in tea, coffee, wine, cheese, bickies, whatever it is that you're going to be putting on. Get realistic with yourself around what that's going to cost to make sure that it's within your budget. If you're going to build online, you're going to need to boost your posts. You're going to need to pay for Google advertising. You're going to need to pay for Facebook advertising. Whatever your chosen channel is, I promise you, there will be a cost associated with that. Now, that's controversial. A lot of people won't say that in this business. They'll say, no, it costs you nothing. It doesn't cost you anything to build your doTERRA business. I'm sorry, that's a load of bullpucky. Even if you have to drive to see someone to a coffee shop and have coffee with someone to share with them your experience or your oils, there's a cost. It costs you petrol. It costs you that coffee. I'm all about being really realistic in this game, because people's lives are actually, you know, people make big decisions around this stuff. So that's a little bit of that. So I'm just going to share with you a little bit about us and Aura Leaders and what we do, because the other part of that is what happens when you enroll, right? So who you enroll with is very, very important. And of course, I'm going to tell you how amazing we are, because this is what this is about. See if I can move this. It's not letting me. It's not letting me move the photos. Anyway, so who you enroll with is really important, because although doTERRA provides an amazing amount of information around the oils and education, A, it's quite hard to find, and B, that doesn't mean that you get the support you need in order to grow your business. So I know that this is a gap in the market, and we're doing things very differently. And this is one of the advantages of our collaboration and our team. So we are absolutely just ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And I really put my hand on my heart when I say that. I have an amazing bunch of people who are very heart-centered, who are doing their best that they can to build their doTERRA business. And they're doing it with heart, but they're also doing it with support, physical support. They're doing it with emotional support, and they're doing it with marketing tools and actual real world support that's needed in this business. So we have it in our business that we provide you with proper training, with mentoring. We partner you with somebody who knows what you want to do, how you want to go to market, and we're really committed to that. And I think that's really unique and it's really special. The other thing we do is that I do have a very strong marketing and digital marketing background. So I also offer all of my team the ability to provide all your post-purchase education and process. We do that for you. So we have built sophisticated database systems that educate, that send out emails, that inform your team when there's product promotions, keep people abreast of what's happening, what events are out there. We do regular webinars like this around oils. We do regular physical events. This month is all about empowered families, and we've done, like, I don't know how many blog posts. I know I've got 9 sitting in my drafts right now. So look, probably over 20 blog posts on empowering families with essential oils, from cats and dogs I did yesterday, I approved, to essential oils in children, to mummy blends, to tantrum tamers, to save your marriage, articles and blogs and blends around how to use oils to help. So there is an amazing amount of support within our team. And for me, our differentiator is we believe that you should do doTERRA your own way. I will not ever tell you that you have to do a party. I will never tell you that, because I don't believe that. I believe you do whatever is in here, whatever lights you up, whatever excites you, and you share your oils from your heart the way that you want to go to market, and then you will be successful. And that's what we're about. We're about supporting you to do doTERRA your way, not my way, not anyone else's way. And that's pretty unique.